Today, we're looking at the Alamarah scenario from the Shock Force 2 base game, where we're taking Charlie Team, a US Stryker unit, and pushing them into some MOUT operations. This did not go well and ended in a draw, as I completely underestimated how dug in the uncon forces were and how determined they were in holding on. Their utilization of keyhole positions in the urban environment was also something else to contend with, resulting in various pixel equipment casualties. It's early morning, and our mission is to enter the town of Alamarah up ahead, where Command have designated 5 objectives titled Steel, Copper, Bronze, Gold, and Silver. Additionally, we're tasked with eliminating local enemy commander and his hangers-on, as well as preserving the local mosque. The area objectives, all 5 of them, will be touch objectives. Our forces designated Charlie Team consists of a Stryker unit modified for MOUT operations, with 2 rifle platoons and some additional fire support. First platoon has all their Strykers set up with the 50 cal machine guns, where third platoon, on the other hand, has set up with 40mm grenade launchers. Furthermore, we can expect some Abrams main battle tanks to arrive within 30 minutes to provide additional support. Intel reports the uncon units have been staging several ambushes from the town along Highway 4, utilizing RPGs and at increased frequency. There is very little other information available except that the mosque itself seems to be utilized as an uncon operating base and may contain a significant arms cache. Looking at the tactical map, we can see that Alamarah is in the northwest corner from Highway 4, with the main objective marked and the mosque located deeper into the town. Route Yellow runs perpendicular to Highway 4, and we have a marked bridge that has been blown at the intersection. The attack commences at 5:15, and we have about an hour and a half to complete our objectives. Just doing a quick battle analysis. South side of the map, we set up here. That's first platoon over there. Third platoon down the middle of the yellow road. And C Company HQ, Charlie Company HQ on the right flank. This is the Highway 4, running east to west. On a bit of a berm. High point over the map. Good vantage, but very exposed. This is the bridge. Was blown in the middle. This is probably going to allow a bit of cover just to sneak around this corner here. Main avenue of approach will be to crest this berm up over. It's going to be very tricky with all the rooftops of these buildings. Might need to sneak. First platoon over there. That's first platoon there. Only other interesting thing is, and that's why I've moved third platoon more to the right here, is they've got the Mark 19s. We're going to edge those onto this berm here slowly but surely. We need the range and the firepower, keep that at a distance. Potentially move some elements down here on the east side. There's a bit of an approach here. The landscape does seem to undulate a little bit. Might be something in that. We could potentially sneak third platoon infantry over the berm on the right here. And then move into the town from the east side. With the central highway running east to west with a berm raised section, we're going to use first platoon and move them forward. What we want them to do is take a position on south side, then crest, and see if we can get some spots into the town of Alamarah itself. Third platoon, on the other hand, located here on the east side, are going to move up and do exactly the same on this side of the highway. Set up, sneak some infantry up, see if we can get some spots into Alamarah itself. If we see an opportunity, we are going to cross over, and we've got some low ground on the east side here. That will allow us to essentially leapfrog in and do a bit of a side thrust from that side. I'm going to assume at this point that there's not too many enemy threats or OP4 positions on that location. If there are, we'll probably spot them from our location on the highway itself here. We can also bear in mind that our Abrams support is going to be coming from the east side along Highway 4. They will be in a great position right here to put fire down into the town itself. First things first, just get everybody moved up to that berm. Just using the move command, don't want to tire them out.
Move it out. Let's go.
One of the Strykers is sneaking up on the gap where the Highway 4 was blown up. Just trying to take a peek through there.
Listen up. Okay, son.
And now with 3rd Platoon on the east side, we're just going to slowly start sneaking up some guys onto that berm. In the meantime, the Stryker is going to keep edging closer to that gap on the highway. Still no spots just yet. 1st Platoon getting their first squad, split off a scout team and get onto the berm. 3rd Platoon is getting a scout squad just onto the highway itself. And this is where 1st Platoon makes the first kill on one of the rooftops. I decide to start moving some machine gun teams closer. And we make several more spots, including a RPG gunner. Just more and more squads cresting the berm. And of course, more and more bullets flying in the process. Gets quite heated. We're counting on overwhelming firepower. On the southern side of the map, there's a 3-story building right at the edge with a sniper on it. We take a few pot shots at him. This was the first of the keyhole positions. The second line of buildings back from the Highway 4. And them shooting through that little keyhole position. Gives them great advantage. It makes our firepower not as good as it should be. Some additional spots. We do manage to knock them out though. At this stage, 3rd Platoon takes a hit from the sniper, but also we start putting some artillery down, making sure not to hit the mosque with it.
Shot. Over. Shot. Flash. Over. Flash. Flash. Over.
Slowly but surely, we start getting some artillery hitting the ground.
Fire for effect. Over.
The effectiveness of 81mm in urban environments seems to be, not sure, but not having a great effect. While that's happening on the west side, on the east flank, 3rd Platoon has managed to start crossing a few squads over Highway 4. They're moving into the fields on the opposite sides, where the Strykers are providing some cover. While 3rd Platoon is moving east through the field towards Alamarah, we do have our FO nicely parked on that corner by the bridge.
Shot. Over.
We also decide to start putting down a smoke screen, get 1st Platoon into position to actually move into the town. Some Strykers from 3rd Platoon moving over the highway to assist on the other side. Smoke screen building nicely on the west side. A few minutes in, and we have managed to line up on Highway 4. 1st Platoon, 3rd Platoon. We have also managed to sneak some of 3rd Platoon's squads across into the field. They've moved up there to the west side, trying to form that firing line on that position. We do have some of our Strykers hanging back, and we are basically ready to start engaging into the town itself. And move to contact. 1st Platoon is crossing the highway. Aiming for that little low wall there. We do take 1 or 2 casualties on the approach. So far so good. 1 or 2 casualties, but generally going rather well. Third Platoon moving west, starting to engage various uncon forces moving around the town. And this is where something interesting happens. When I move 1st Platoon onto the first floor of these initial buildings, they exit the other side and go and sit on the balcony, which exposes them horribly. And here you can see them taking various casualties in the process. On the north side of the map, we have this 3-story building, which has obviously got some uncon forces in it, and we are targeting it with the Mark 19s as best we can. Keep the heads down. Eventually it's time to get 3rd Platoon up into Alamarah to assist, so they moved in from the east and charge up to get to the first buildings. There's some low walls. They are covered by the Strykers in the process. And we keep putting some artillery down into the middle. Keep it running for a few minutes with 1st and 3rd platoon lined up consecutively on the south and eastern side of Alamarah before we start moving in. And at this point, I get 1st platoon to cross from the 1st row buildings to the 2nd. I'm sure I could have done this a bit more strategically, but I won't make the mistake again of moving them to 1st floor. So we're just sticking to ground floors, and we are moving them across with the machine guns, providing cover fire. There are some casualties though. Upon room of uncon forces, you get to the next row and they're waiting for you in the row behind that. At least our main battle tanks have arrived, and I get them working on that building on the far north, the 3-story building. Their objective now is to take the top of it. I have managed to sneak some of the Strykers further into town, and as the uncon forces fall back towards their headquarters on the north of the mosque, the Strykers make good work of them down the parallel streets. Third platoon, on the other hand, is slowly moving up towards the mosque, but they run into keyhole after keyhole position, crossing open roads and taking many casualties, especially the one on the left there, which we'll be fighting for the next 10 minutes probably. Perfect keyhole. Like they knew we were coming. We do manage to make some ground though. Slowly moving forward, trying to clear out the town. Also touching all the objectives. Third platoon Strykers now fully up into Alamarah, knocking out an RPG gunner right in the corner there. In the meantime, we're still fighting that keyhole position right in the middle there. Third platoon has almost managed to surround it on 3 sides, but they still can't seem to dislodge enemy forces in there. Somehow the mapmaker managed to put a wall inside that building. Double cover, I suppose. Slowly sneaking the Strykers through town. And then lose one. Managed to track down a few enemy pixel tripping in that market on the side there. Keel position still holding out. Slowly but surely tightening the noose around that mosque from two sides. So we've taken a few casualties. We've moved into Alamarah. Third platoon has managed to secure this line here. We have several deadly key positions, particular there, coming through from these buildings over here. They are obviously causing a lot of casualties as we go. On first platoon side, we have managed to cross the first two lines of buildings and that road there, and have taken up various positions in this sort of fourth line of buildings. The next step will be to target getting into the mosque itself, which is located there. We need to move first platoon or whatever's left of them. Just filter through these buildings, which increase in density as we get closer to the mosque. And similarly with third platoon, they will keep moving forward. We managed to lose another Stryker on the market side there. Still the odd RPG hidden everywhere, as you can imagine. Our infamous three-story building on the north side, the top's been taken off by the Abrams, but there's still more people in there. Now it's time to start dealing with that keel position and see what we can do to dislodge them. That is one robust uncon. More stragglers trying to crawl away. And we finally spot some contacts in the mosque itself. I remember one of our objectives is to leave the mosque intact. Here's the mosque acting for the keel position once again. Every meter we get closer to that mosque, we take another casualty. This is first platoon. One of the squads nearly wiped out. And this is where the game calls it. And so we've managed to have 12 men killed, 33 pixel troop and wounded, and we've managed to eliminate 69 uncon pixel tripping. Generally not too bad. I think we could have done a lot better with the casualties. I mean, a draw is not exactly what we're going for here, but thanks for watching.